Welcome to another episode of the Beginner's Guide to WordPress. We're going to look today at adding images or other content to our post. For those of you who were here before, you may recognize me. I am Carolyn E. Cooper. You may also recognize this, the little post that we've been working with on how to create a new post. And as I mentioned before, since I am logged in and I am the author of this post, I can just view it and I have the option to edit it. I would not see this if I could not edit the post. So you don't have to worry about your site visitors seeing that. So I'm going to click on that edit and go to my post, and now I'm going to add an image. There is a little icon up here that looks like a little camera and some little musical notes, and if I hover over it, it says Add Media. Beside it, it says Upload Insert. This is a new change in WordPress 3.0 that they have this as a single button now. So all I have to do is click on this. They've also added something else. I now can either choose to select files, which will do what most of us are familiar with, which is to create a drop-down menu that comes shows us directories on our computers. But what I'm going to do instead is show you that they have this new option too to drag and drop files in there. So I'm going to drag and drop this image right here, and I'm going to go ahead and delete that so you guys don't see that window. And you'll notice that it is already loading my LC 2005-08251 JPEG, and it loads it. This is a photo. It automatically looks at the type of file, whether it's a JPEG, a PNG, a PDF, and it knows what kind of file it is. It then gives me some options. I am not going to go in detail about all your editing options here. That's a little more advanced than I'm planning for this series. So I'm not going to go into all the details, but you should know that if you click on Edit Image, you can do some cropping and adjusting right there in WordPress. You can give it a title. The title does not appear on the visible page of your site, so you can call it whatever is useful for you or not worry about it at all. But you might want to use a title that is makes sense, as it were. So Elsie the cat sleeping in a nest of yarn. And then the one that is kind of critical from a search engine optimization is the alternate text, or the alt attribute, as you'll hear people talk about this. Search engines, Google, Bing, and most of the others, consider the words that you use in this important words, because they figure that the words that you use in here are keywords. So you want to try and use some of your keywords in here. So I might do something like Elsie the cat asleep in yarn, used to demonstrate adding pictures to WordPress, because WordPress is a important phrase. The other thing I want to say is you don't have to use captions, but people will read captions even if they read nothing else on your page. So again, you might want to put your most critical information in here. Guide to WordPress by Carolyn E. Cooper, demonstrating adding images. And then description is only something for internal, something that you would see inside your WordPress administration. The other option you have is you could link to the picture so people could see it full size if they wanted to. I'm going to say none. I don't want people seeing the full-size image. I could link it to a file. Maybe I wanted to link that image to another site. I could do that as well. And so then I have the option of alignment. Do I want it sitting there just by itself, no text wrapped around it? Or do I want it left aligned, meaning it's on the left side of the page and the text will line up along the right-hand side, centered or right aligned. You should be familiar with that. I also get 3 size options here. Normally I have 4, but my large size, it doesn't fit. My large size is big enough that the whole image fits anyway, so I don't get that option. I could do a thumbnail, which is a little tiny shot. I could do a medium shot, or I could do the full size. The full size is too big for my page, so I'm just going to go with medium, and then I just get to click Insert into Post. And it's going to take it just a second. It's going to store all that information, and you'll see now that it puts the image, it's aligned left where I said I wanted it to go. My text wraps around it. I have a caption, and of course now what I want to do is update, and I'm going to view the post in a different tab, so I'm going to click on View Post just so you folks can see. And there is my picture. Now, because I don't have content before I come to another header, there's this gap. If I didn't want that gap, I would have to not make that a header. So let me just show you how that works. So I go ahead and I'm going to come back here, and instead of a heading 3, I'm going to make that a paragraph, and I'm going to just go ahead and load it up. The information is wrapping around. I'm going to make sure I have enough information to wrap around the text. I'm going to click Update, and I'm going to refresh my page. And now I have enough text wrapping around. I don't have a header tag. A header tag actually breaks, and so you have a full break. Now all my text wraps around my image. So I just want to let you know that. Sometimes I get calls and people say, oh my gosh, it's not working. And what's happened is they have done a header tag, an H1 and H2 tag, and that will not wrap around your image. So we have added an image. Let me just do one more thing, since I'm going to try and keep these all about 10 minutes or less. If I wanted to add, say, a PDF file so that people could click and download a PDF file, once again I would go to my Upload, Insert, Add Media, click on the button, and again I could drop or drag content, or I could select it from a file. And let me see if I can find something very quickly that I can add. Now I'll go to Manuals or Docs. I know I've got some PDFs there. And I will simply click on Choosing Themes. It loads it, it crunches it up. It's a fairly small one. Again, I can set a title. I can set a caption, but the caption actually isn't going to show on a PDF file. But I do want to link to that PDF because I want people to be able to click on that PDF link and download it. And by the way, what I call it for its title, so I'm going to call this Click Here to Download Choosing Themes PDF. And I'm going to insert that into my post. And you'll see that right now I have, and I'm going to break that, click here to download Choosing Themes PDF. Now remember, I can't click in my Edit Post page. I have to save that, and then I have to view my post. And in my post, I now see click here to download PDF theme. I can click on it. If you look at the bottom of my screen, you'll see that it says the link, but I'll just show you. I'm going to click on it, and it downloads my PDF. So that's what I wanted to tell you about adding content. You can add all kinds of contents, Word docs, audio files, video files, anything like that you want to add. But check back in just a second for the next post. We're going to do a little quick summary of a couple of other options for right now, but it'll give you some additional things you can do, such as embedding code from YouTube.